That feeling when no dummy hey, Hachi? I prefer my dummy gym. Okay, let's learn some anti-Zafina, because she can be a very cheesy character. Especially online, right now, when nobody knows the character yet. First thing to remember about Zafina, she is one of the best backdashes in the game, if not the best. And an above average sidestep, so don't be surprised if Zafina can outspace you well. Keep that in mind. Next thing, there are some cheesy strings and moves that Zafina players are gonna try to use against you to test your knowledge of the character. I'm gonna try to list the most well-known ones, or the obvious one and the annoying ones. So I guess we could start with 1+2. This is a 16 frame counter hit launcher and a very important move with for Zafina. It also tracks really well to her right, so it's gonna be a tool people are going to use against you if you sidestep to your left. And this is -12 on block. But it does have extensions. 1+2 4, which is -10, the extension. And it also had 1+2 4 4, another extension. I believe both of these extensions are -10 or something like that. All of the hits are unsafe. Zafina players will try to finish the string sometimes to discourage you from punishing the first hit. And if the second hit counter hits, the last hit is guaranteed and it becomes a counter hit launcher. The same if the first hit counter hits and they decide to finish the whole string, also a counter hit launcher for big damage. And the last hit is a normal hit launcher regardless. But there is no mix up to it, so just block the mid. Also, these two hits, the last two hits, are not natural on normal hit, only on counter hit, okay? Okay, next thing to remember, she has a really good down forward one. It reaches really low, but it's also -5 on block. I believe it's -5 on block, and it tracks to the other side, to her left. Zafina actually has really good tracking. So I think your main option versus Zafina should be backdashing. She has two extensions, down forward 1-4. This is her 13 frame Punisher at wall splats, and you can duck the second hit. And down forward 1-2, which is unsafe, something like -11, the second hit. And it has a third hit, which is around -13, I believe. Once again, there is no mix up to this string, so just block all of the hits. Also, the last hit gives her a guaranteed stomp, which kinda hurts. God damn it. There we go. They're gonna try to discourage you from punishing the second hit with the third hit. Forward 3, this is a really abusable counter hit launcher for Zafina. Remember that this is +4 on block. And she can go to Scarecrow stance or not go to Scarecrow stance and choose to stay in neutral. Do not get fooled by the second hit, it's kinda useless, around -16 on block. Very unsafe. And this mid right here, a lot of scrubs Zafinas are gonna abuse because it hits across the whole stage. This is actually -12 on block, but she can go to Manta stance with holding down, which will make highs and some mids whiff, so your best bet is a 12 frame mid that will hit low enough, or something like a generic down 4. Thank you very much for the raid, Kamui. We're doing anti-Zafina strats today. And she has forward forward 4, which is a really abusable homing move. Safe. You can try to float this out of the air with jabs, because it's like a hop kick. It's an airborne move, apparently. What else there is? Down 3. This is a key low poke for her. It crushes so much. It goes in even under some mids. And it has a little bit of tracking to her right. Now, most Zaphinas will transition into Manta stance because the transition makes the slow safer on block. It's minus 13 if she goes into Manta stance, and she also gets a full juggle on counter hit from down 3 if she goes into Manta stance. So be careful. Like this. It's minus 13. She also has this full crouch low, which gives her a guaranteed hit. Don't be fooled, this low is launch punishable on block. But also, I think this is also really linear, so just step it and slow. I'm trying to think of other cheesy stuff about her. She has a lot of plus on block moves, like forward forward 2, this is a homing move that is a counter hit launcher, it's plus 1 on block. Up forward 1 is plus 4 on block. And she also has this little low poke, which I'm sure many Zafina players have used because of its amazing range. It goes under everything, but this is launch punishable on block. That is if you can reach it, because it has quite a lot of pushback. And it's minus on hit, so don't let her continue her pressure after this. But most good Zafina players will just backdash, because look at the distance between you and her. Down 4, 3, 4. True, you gotta duck the second hit. This is also a scrubby string if not used as a punisher. And the same with forward 2, 3. Duck the second hit. It also has a third hit, which is a mid. And unsafe. I believe the first hit is a counter hit launcher. That's why Zafina players will try to use it. And the second hit, I believe, is a counter hit launcher too. No, okay, it's not. The first hit is a counter hit launcher. Trying to think of more stuff. Forward 3 will probably be one of her best ways of entering Scarecrow stance, and the one you'll see very common. But actually, you can backdash almost everything she does afterwards. Let me show you. Guard all and backdash. It's okay. Maybe not at all ranges. Okay, you can backdash it somewhat. Scarecrow 1+2. This is a really important mid for Zafina. It's one of her best moves. Mid counter hit launcher that is +6 on block and can go to Tarantula stance. Remember that. It's also one of her best ways of entering Tarantula stance. And it also hits grounded and hits side roll on the ground as well. Let me try to show you. Yeah, hits grounded, and then she can go to Tarantula stance for Okizemi. And when she does Scarecrow 1+2 and transitions into Tarantula stance, what I like to do are frame traps. So we can talk about Tarantula stance now. She has a couple of really annoying moves from here. One of them is this Tarantula sweep. Launch punishable on block, obviously. But I believe it's something like... No, yeah, it's minus a lot. Should be. She also has a safe mid launcher with Tarantula too, but that's really slow, so you shouldn't really get hit by that ever. But the most notable moves are Tarantula 1, which is a really annoying low poke. It's minus 11 on block, so your best bet is to low parry this. And it also knocks down on counter hit. And let me see if there is something guaranteed afterwards. Maybe not. Okay, the sweep is guaranteed. If you stand up the wrong way, she may be able to get a combo. No, probably not a combo. It hurts. And there's Tarantula 3, which is a 14 frame mid poke, which also gives not really a guaranteed sweep, but it works very often. Let me try this sweep right here. And if the Zafina player goes for the low sweep after you get hit by the mid, you have to wake up by holding down back to block the follow-up slow. Also, if you block a move from Tarantula stance, try to hit her out of the stance, because she cannot block in the stance, and obviously when you block a move, you have a frame advantage, so try to hit her out of the stance as soon as you can. And I forgot to mention that this low